The character creator was pretty bare bones. Oh, dude, if I go into the character creator, it actually keeps the settings of my last character if I pick the same thing. Yeah, this character creator was literally just like, you pick an origin, which literally doesn't do anything except maybe some flavor text. You have like barely any options for anything, but that's about what I'd expect for a game this old. Hi, Elrond. Nice to see you. You look much younger than you did in the most recent movie. Alright, so there's no F to interact. How about if I select him first? No? Oh, okay. Only right click.
Yeah, right click.
Alright, that's 2007 for you. So, already very easy to find where the store is. Look, they even have a big-ass button. It's like the biggest button on the entire UI is to get you to the store. So, quite contrary to when we played Secret World and we couldn't even find out how to get to the store. This one, it's like right in your face. Like, hey, look, here's the store. Click it. Spend your money. Click it. Click it. All right, yeah, sure. We're being attacked, and you want to waste both of our energy fighting each other. That makes sense. Click on the enemy once to begin auto-attacking. Auto-attack is a weak damage skill, but each class... I'm reading! Adds 1 to focus. Is this my focus? Yes. Focus in combat while remaining still. Okay. I'm supposed to stand still and I get bonuses.
It seems like people are playing this more than that right now.
Yes. Yes, they are. It's... thanks to all the events they're running and Corona, the population of this game's at like a peak. The receiver advance a quest. Blue quest rings tell you NPC may have helpful reminders of what you need to be doing. Epic story quests will have a flaming ring to signify the importance of the quest for the main storyline. Ah, yes. How to make a player realize something is important. Set it on fire. I love it. Oh, you sent me an IM. An instant message. Ha ha ha. Oh, I love 2007. I need to like turn the actual overall volume back up because the voices are too low. Figuring out the audio of this game is clearly going to be a fun task. Oh, yes. The map. The map I remember of this game is really not the greatest. Hey, level up. Ooh, look at it. It's like a tree. It's a tree. I guess that's... so each race, I guess, has its own, like, level up animation or something. I don't think everybody has, like, a tree for it. Well, when you go into first person, you actually go into first person. It changes the fucking field of view, your perspective on everything. And it actually, the viewpoint is actually in your fucking skull instead of your chest, like some of these other places do it. You could actually... okay, well, you can't see your feet, but look at that! There's footprints! There's footprints in a game this old. That's kind of impressive. The Lotro Store offers a wide variety of items and premium services at a complimentary service. So they even have a pop-up. Here's the best part. It doesn't end with this pop-up, and it doesn't end with this big-ass button. I know for a fact that there's a quest that teaches you how to buy quest packs off the store. There is a auto run. There is no sprint mechanic, but there is an auto run. That's always nice. Look at that pop in. Get some shoes after this. Alright, I have to lower that shit back down. Oh, I never even fucking raised it. Damn, that's some loud music. Let's try like 70. Damn. I don't mind music. I love music, in fact, in video games. But, holy shit, you can't even hear the voices over this music. Except right now. Like, the music's nice and quiet right now. But, like, during that place, it was just suddenly like, whoa! Oh, you could just what? You could loot stuff without looting stuff. And it enters your pending loot, and then you have an hour to claim or destroy it. That's so cool. More games should do something like that. Oh, there's that screeching violin in the background again. Whoa! What the fuck? Like a shadow just flew up. Oh my god, that's the shadow of that thing. Holy crap. That scared the crap out of me. Alright, so I have to actually manually run my ass back to the start. Okay, monster plays open world PvP with some PvE stuff for both sides to do to gain advantages. Yeah, I'm not really interested. Holy shit. Damn. That was loud. A lot about this game, except for the voices, can be kind of loud. Who are you? Oh, you're a person. You are. Is that a boy or a girl? Oh god. Oh god! Get away from me! Who is it? Oh my god, there's physics! There's physics! In a game from 2007. Nice. But yeah, for anyone that is going to join us and play, there is a code available on the Lotro website where you activate it and you get every single quest pack in the game for free on your account. And there's a sale for 5 of the expansions to get the complete storylines of the expansions, and for the 2 instance clusters as well. Just not the full expansion, but you can literally get everything for like $7 here. I remember this being, when I played this game as a kid, this was like one of the last places that I got to, and now it's one of the first places I'm getting to. And this is where that stupid quest was that teaches you how to buy a quest pack. Uh-huh. Is this it? Rewards 10 Lotro points. This quest can be purchased from the Lord of the Rings Online web store. In your previous quest, you received a small number of Lotro points. The amount of points earned is sufficient to purchase access to this quest. Yeah, you sons of bitches. I hated this quest. Even as a kid, this quest pissed me the fuck off. But it's fine.
But Res, it's content.
This is not. You telling me I can't shoot that from right here? I've shot a bow this far in real life. It's not that hard.
Res, you suck. Get it?
It's not
Learn
that
how to
hard.
aim.
This is too far away? I've shot way further than this in real life. You can reduce the cooldown of the teleport skills by 25 minutes. You can also unlock more teleport skills, so you could just have like fucking 10 teleport skills. Oh, you're level 52. Adopt? There's an adopt button. Oh, there's a spar button. I can't use this specific travel unless I am a subscriber or have played this character while being a subscriber. Or I can unlock it via the source. So there's subscriber-only fast travels, or things that you purchase with Lotro points. Oh boy. Capacity not available. I don't even have any shared storage. That's good. And 30 capacity in my standard vault. Add space for money. Oh, you can also add space for silver. I'm sure that has its limit, though. What about the shared stuff? Oh, no, that's only for the Lotro points. Ah, monetization. You gotta love it. Oh, hello? Come on. You could do it. You could do it. Come on. Load it. Come on. Come on. There you go. It's 156 for what? Fucking show me! What? Vault upgrade 1. 15 vault slots. Only used once per character. Okay. You got the level cap's the same. The VIPs have all the quest packs. Except right now, everyone has all the quest packs because they're giving them away for free. Inventory, we're capped out at 45 bag slots. Unless we purchase more, probably, or something, or whatever. I don't know. 2 gold limit, yeah, you can buy your way out of this, though. Auction house. I have to purchase access to the auction house. Are you for real? Swift travel access included. So I guess you're subscribed, and then you get to use the Swift travel for free. In-game support, self-service online. Oh, okay. Free players don't get any support. That's funny.
Oh wait, Res, we have limited posting on the forums.
Oh, good thing I don't plan on using that. 3 monthly points, yeah, okay. Mail not available. Are you telling me I can't send someone mail as a free player? I wouldn't be surprised, but God, I hate monetization. The game's basically just screaming, "Get the subscription! Get the subscription! Do it, bitch!" Subscribe. Subscribe. Shut up, Gollum. Get out of my head. Instantly complete all tiers of crafting through this tier. Instantly gain the proficiency and mastery of all crafting tiers through this tier. Upon purchasing, you'll be delivered a packaged item. Okay, well, you could skip the fucking crafting grind. Dude, you can literally purchase ingredients on the Lotro store. Yeah, you can literally use universal ingredients that you buy that can just be used on everything. It's like some sort of like wonder ingredient. That's a lot of fucking pets, dude. There's 212 pets in this game? What the fuck? That's so much.
It reminds me of that one game we stopped playing, Raz.
I know which one you're talking about.
So we got to like level 30 or something.
Riders of Icarus, the one that had all the different mounts and pets and stuff. A lot of mounts. There was so many mounts. Oh, hello. Fucking, there's a gang. Is there like a follow feature? They were just... Yes, there's a follow feature! Oh, it's like RuneScape. What the hell? Reduced awareness. Your awareness of your surroundings has been reduced somewhat in order to help reduce a heavy processing load on your server. Once the server returns to normal processing levels, your awareness will be returned to normal. Until that time, you will not see objects as far away as you are accustomed to. You may notice objects popping into view suddenly as you move about the landscape. I'm sorry. Is that why my, like, fucking view distance has felt so off? Is there just so many people playing right now compared to what they usually get? Because of all this corona shit and stuff? That they literally have to fucking reduce what they're, like, keeping track of on every player's screen? And it's because I'm a free-to-play player, isn't it? When do I get returned to camp? Did I just hear someone fucking die? No, okay. I just heard some guy, like... scream and sound like he was falling off a cliff. Get more trait slots. You are now eligible to purchase a trait slot. Whoa! Whoa! Monetization! Damn, this game just screams at you. Fucking screams at you to get a subscription.
So how about the subscription? I heard you want a subscription.
I hate how every time you do certain actions in this game, there's just this sound effect that plays that sounds very much like a fucking fire, like a fire, what's it called? Alarm? Yeah, fire alarm that needs its batteries changed. It's like this squeak. Like, as I was explaining that, it went off like several fucking times, and I don't even know what does it. It's a bunch of different actions. Right there. You heard that. Yeah, right there. Is it when someone dies? It sounds like a fucking fire alarm that needs a fucking battery change. Find this cigar door, man. Oh, that hurt. You know, you can literally just slide down a little bit of a slope and just break your fucking leg for a minute. I've jumped much higher heights and been fine. You know what I'm surprised No MMO has? No MMO has a system that, like, bunches quests together and lets you know, hey, if you do this one, you'll end up in the same place as all these other ones you have, so you should probably do this one first.
I've seen a game kind of do that, but it was more... Okay, here's a map. We're going to give you all the quests in this area of the map. Then we're going to give you all the quests in this area
Yeah,
of the
that's
map.
not the same, though. That's not the same. Because you could still find a way to fuck that up. This game does neither of those, though.
How can you find a way to mess that up?
Miss a single icon.
Linear.
Missed a single icon and then bam, you fucked it up.
I don't even think Sleepy could mess it up.
Terra had a system where it just gives you quests based on certain areas. However, also in Terra, not all the quests were located at the quest hubs. Some were random chance drop items. Some would be like, oh, in the middle of the forest, in that quest area somewhere, have to keep an eye out for this exclamation mark of this other quest related to that area that nothing else indicates is there. That's how you fuck it up. Because there's other things like that. The problem with like the turning on the keyboard in this is it's so very sensitive, it's hard to do like just a precise adjustment, but you can be as precise as you want with the fucking mouse. So I don't actually use the QE shit very much. Alright, so where is my house? So mine's on Haven Way. So I have to actually follow like the address of my fucking house. Hey! So Haven Way is right next to the fucking entrance. That's convenient. I think I did a good choice. Maybe if I went with the first one, that might have been smarter. Just to get it even closer. That's probably why this one's more expensive, because it's closer. Look at that nice little place. Oh, this is so nice. I love this area. This is awesome. Where am I? Oh, whose is this? 7 Haven Way. 6 Haven Way. Okay, so I passed mine, I guess. Oh, is this mine over here? Ooh, do I get this nice little, like, secluded one? Oh, nice! I get this nice little, like, secluded one that's all by itself. That's so cool. Oh, I can't wait to have, like, a bigger house. The housing in this actually looks really cool. A chest of unique storage that you could share with your friends. Not much else to it. It's just an upstairs right now. No furnishings or decorations, but there's all these different places. All these different places that you could put stuff. I know I have like a portrait in storage. Probably get it and bring it here.
Make sure you get some windows.
Once I get the currency cap unlocked, though, I have like 50 gold available, almost. And I'll be able to just literally replace this house anyway with one of the bigger ones. Oh, that'll be so fun. Hey, so you guys should get a house here too. You could get one right next to me. This is one right across the street. 6 Haven Way.
I'm getting one in a different area.
If someone gets one at 6 Haven Way, we could be neighbors. I love this. Usually I don't give a shit about housing, but usually you can't have a house right next to your friend. That's so fucking cool. Hey, home of Dusky Spice! You got it, 6 Haven Way. We're neighbors until I get a bigger house. Whoa. Server lag? Oh? Why did the thing stop moving? Did it just break? I guess the mount broke or something? No, dismount's not working either. Oh god. Escape isn't working either.
Bryce, you got booted from the game. Too many VIP or premium maps ready to join.
Even the store's broken.
You're gonna end up crashing soon.
What the hell just happened? My entire game has just like it's animating. I have frames, the music's playing, I can look around, I can see stuff, I can hover over things and get feedback on it. I can open menus, the store doesn't load, I can't dismount the horse, I can't open the escape menu.
Maybe exit the game and reload it.
The fuck is happening?
Restart your game.
When I got by you, your horse was still running in place. Oh boy. All the footage you've seen so far has been from my first 2 days of playing Lord of the Rings Online. I went ahead and played it another 2 days over on Twitch, and I think I'm ready to give my final first impressions. Let's start with the pros. Pro number 1 has got to be the most obvious one. The setting. It's Lord of the fucking Rings. They went pretty far out of their way to make certain areas in this game really match what's described in the books. And that makes this game extremely fun to try to explore. Like, several times, both me and Dema found ourselves just running around the world, exploring, just seeing what there was to see. Pro number 2 is more of a subjective pro, but it would be the old school feeling, design, and nature of this game. This is a game from 2007. It's been up for 13 years, and it hasn't been the most wildly successful game, so it hasn't undergone crazy modernizations like something such as World of Warcraft has. As a result, it retains a more old school feel, you know, it's the old school RuneScape to World of Warcraft instead of the RuneScape 3. From the UI to the combat system, the graphics, the design of the world, if you like old school, you'll like this. If you don't like old school, toss this onto the cons list. Pro number 3 is a bit more of a personal one, but in most MMOs, when you're running through a questing area, there's just so many mobs everywhere, and you can guaranteed pretty much, especially if you have a mount, run past them and just be fine. You could go into zones with quests, run past all the enemies you don't need to fight and fight the ones that you do. Even if you're breaking into like an enemy camp, you could just break through, no problem. In Lord of the Rings Online, if you run through the gates of an enemy camp past some of the guards, and you try running even further past them into the camp, past other people, all these people are not just gonna suddenly forget that you just broke into their camp. They will, more than likely, track you down, running after you, and fight you once you can't run any further. This can lead to you getting swarmed and dying. It's happened to several of the people I've played with so far. The downside is this can make it hard to get through some areas, and if you get quests to go to a place several times, it can get a little tedious to maybe try to cut your way through the hordes over and over again. But the good news is, when you hit a certain level, enemies do stop aggroing, which is good. They realize you're a threat and they don't even try. Pro number 4 is that premium currency in this game is earnable in-game over time. And since this game is so monetized, which I'll talk about more in the cons, that is really, really important, albeit earning this currency is very, very slow. It's good that you can at least do it because it gives you more options if you cannot afford to shill out over $100, hundreds in fact, for all the expansions to maintain a subscription and get all the other features that are not included in the game. Pro number 5 would just be the sheer amount of story and quests that this game has. If you're looking for an MMO in Lord of the Rings rather than just a Lord of the Rings MMO, you got it. This game has so much story further developed because of how the game's been out for 13 years. Every year it puts out a new quest pack. Every other year it puts out a new expansion. There's always more and more stuff being developed here. As a result, you have what ESO is to the Elder Scrolls. The largest Lord of the Rings or Middle-earth game even in existence, with the most content, the most story, and just the most immersion into the universe as a result. Pro number 6 would be the soundtrack of the game. The game goes pretty heavy into its soundtracks for every area and situation, trying to keep with a good Middle-earth or Lord of the Rings theme to try to really immerse you in the areas that you are and make you actually believe that you are in Lord of the Rings, you are in Middle-earth. Pro number 7 has to be the housing system. Now, I have usually not cared about housing systems in any MMO. I think the last time I cared about a housing system in an MMO was back in RuneScape 2, not old school RuneScape, RuneScape 2, and also Puzzle Pirates. Look up how old both of those games are if you don't already know. Those were the last times that I cared about housing in a game. walking through the community housing, realizing that I could purchase houses next to my friends, that we could combined decorate our houses, that I could grant them certain permissions, that we could manage the bigger houses together, that there were even bigger houses for guilds. And in fact, if you wanted, you could go into a neighborhood with a guild, own one of the guild houses, and just have the guild members get all their personal houses in that neighborhood, or do the same with a group of friends. It's so cool. The customization system for it is really nice. It's not the most freeform thing. There's more like areas where you can place certain things, and then you get the things, you place them there, rather than just, hey, this box, I'm going to put that over here. Well, you can't, because that's dedicated to, say, something taller than a box. You can only put it here for the shorter objects. Still, it makes it simpler, it makes it easier to do, and it retains a level of charm that a lot of other MMO housing systems don't have today. My final pro would be that the community is mostly friendly. I haven't really seen much toxicity in any of the chats. They tend to be very helpful. There's some role players, of course, if you go to any of the roleplay servers especially. Of course, like any MMO, expect it to go completely downhill the moment anything political is brought up, but when things not political are being discussed, you tend to find it to be a very wholesome and very welcoming community. Now we'll go to the cons, and we're going to start with the first and most important con out of all of them, and that is how over monetized this game is. Now, I have no problem with paying to play a game, and before they had the deals that they have now, where you can actually get all the quest packs for free and get a good deal on the expansions, I was planning to go in subscribed and experience the game that way. However, this isn't a subscription-based game. This is a game that promotes free-to-play. Thus, I decided to try free-to-play after they said they'd give away all the quest packs and that they would put the expansions on such a large sale. I have no problem paying for games. I pay for most of my games. If this was a subscription-based game, I would see it as just, why would I not pay for it? I would never complain about a game for having a subscription. That being said, this is a game that sports a free-to-play model where arguably most of the players do play for free or through simply microtransactions. And that being said, oh my god, if you play for free, they're going to try to charge you for everything. You do not have enough bag space. You're going to find yourself running back to town or teleporting back to town once an hour to clear out your inventory, either to sell it or stuff it into storage, and then spending a good 10 minutes getting horse rides back up to whatever quest area you were at beforehand. You are going to find simple features completely locked off without the aid of premium currency. The auction house is marked as purchasable for free-to-play players. You can't even ride a mount unless you purchase the ability off the cash shop. Upgrades to the speed of a mount are unlocked through the cash shop. You can skip all the crafting levels in the world through the cash shop. You can skip the entire leveling process of the game through the cash shop and get armor and weapons of that level, like near max level of the game, through the cash shop. Fast travel, and especially the most convenient fast travel, is free and otherwise obtained through having a subscription, having had a subscription, or having purchased specific things from the cash shop. You can't even hold more than 2 gold in your inventory without purchasing a currency removal item from the cash shop, or being subscribed. Player housing has to be maintained unless you're a subscriber. There's even a fast travel system to bring you specifically to quests that is unlockable through a premium currency. That, while not sounding like the worst thing, like, oh, I'm a big boy, I can run to the quest, I don't need like an auto path guide. It's not always that simple. This game is not the most obvious about where it places its quest locations and NPCs, and that's something I'll talk about later. You can't even get support, not online, not in-game, if you are a free-to-play player. What I'm trying to get across here is these developers, these publishers, they don't want you to play free-to-play. They want you to subscribe, and they want you to dish out money. By the way, subscribing doesn't even get you everything. You'd think subscribing might get you the expansions. It doesn't. Subscribing for a year is over $100. Buying all the expansions is over $200. To get everything that you would need to start this game at full price, and that is if you plan to play it and not just quit a month in, you're looking at spending $500. This game is so monetized, and that's not even accounting for certain other things, such as the ability to speed up your mounts, such as having a crafting bag where you can store materials that would otherwise clog up your inventory space, having a bunch of extra bag space in general. All these things are additional fees tacked onto that near $500 fee for your first year of gameplay. So far, just 4 full days of playing this game, I believe 4, 8, 9, 10 hours each day, I have experienced so many times where the game just whores itself out to try to make me buy stuff, make me spend money, to let you know that you're encouraged to spend money, to try to convince you to consider any form of spending money that it can. And it puts as many penalties and as many restrictions as the developers or publishers could have thought up in there to help be a little extra coercive. This is the reason why I haven't tried this game sooner. It's expensive. It wants your money, and it is not ashamed about blatantly advertising how much it is willing to do to get your money. Unless you just simply don't play any other games or you're rich, this is going to be the most expensive MMORPG that you play without any pay-to-win features. Not saying it doesn't have pay-to-win features, but there aren't any here that would absorb your money. Just for basic quality of life features and for basic access to the content of the game, you will find that this game will have you spend more money than any other MMORPG in existence. So if I haven't made myself clear yet, unless you're perfectly okay with dishing out about $500 in your first year of playing this game, especially once this free deal is over that's handing out the quest packs and making the expansions more affordable in games. Not even the full expansions, by the way, the quests of the expansions. There's a difference. This game's monetization is just convoluted. Unless you're okay with all that, you're not gonna have the best time in this game. It's shameless, it's scummy, and I hate it. And now we can finally move on to con number 2, which is, let's go to a simple one. It has bad graphics. Well, no shit. It's from 2007. But I know some people in this world are really, really anal about their graphics. And in case it wasn't already obvious, an MMORPG that has not been the biggest commercial success from 2007 is not going to have the best graphics. And for point number 3, it's also not going to have the best performance, especially not on modern hardware. This game came out when everyone thought the clock race was definitive of the progression of PC parts, when they thought that by this point we would be beyond 10 gigahertz of CPU speed, probably going up to 15 gigahertz at this point. This game runs on one core. It's only now just having in beta a 64-bit client. If you're looking for something modern, let me just state the obvious, this is not it. Con number 4, the audio in this game is just like terribly mixed. Voices will be too quiet in almost every instance. Music will go from being too loud to too quiet no matter what setting you have it on, unless you have it near muted. Some songs in Arid Lewin, for example, will blow your fucking eardrums out, whereas the music of the Shire will always be too quiet to hear unless you max that shit out, and maybe even reduce other volumes to compensate. Fire effects, in some instances, such as in the Elf tutorial, can blow your eardrums out, but in the world, end up being so quiet you barely hear them. In some cases, rivers don't make any sounds at all, whereas other rivers are so fucking loud they want to make you cut your ears off, and then when you walk away from them, you notice that after you pass like the 5-yard mark, the volume from them completely vanishes with no fade out whatsoever. The audio designers of this game did a terrible job. Terrible. Just awful. I don't know what they mixed any of this for, or where the audio fall off in the game is supposed to be, but, you know, actual soundtrack quality aside, the audio in this game, the graphics, just the production value of this game in general is terrible. The next con is gotta be for the controls. I'm gonna merge a couple things in here. Controls. Combat is clunky. Skills don't always work when you select them. You have to face a target, there is no auto-facing, and you can fire like arrows at really weird angles. Movement is not very fluid because when you tap your facing keys, you'll find instead of just facing as much as you'd expect that tap to do, it's like you held the button for 2 or 3 whole seconds and you end up looking past the target you wanted to look at instead of at the target you wanted to look at. The UI and other controls are pretty clunky and missing standard quality of life features. You'd expect there to be a quick interact key, for example, like, oh, I'm running up to this NPC. Maybe I can select him with tab or hit F to interact with him. No, you cannot. There is an interact key. It's bound to you, of all things. It does not select your target for you, meaning there's almost no point to using it. You still have to right-click the target anyway, and tab targeting only works for enemies, even in completely peaceful areas like cities. Certain menus are hidden in other menus. Certain things have too many menus dedicated to them. It's just a pain to navigate through. The next con is the crafting interdependence of the game. They happily promote the fact that they made it so that you cannot pick a single crafting profession that can actually self-sustain itself. For example, if you wanted to craft, you maybe would want oh, okay, I want to be able to, you know, skin animals, tan the leather, craft it into leather, you know, armor for my class, and do everything related to that. Maybe also be able to work with bows, because if I pick leather, there's a good chance I'm using, say, a hunter. Well, no, you cannot get that. You get 3 different skills that are decided by preset crafting professions that you pick. They are specifically designed and proudly announced to not give you things that are even remotely related so that you fill in what someone else needs and someone else fills in what you need. For example, you get metalsmithing and or weaponsmithing, but the people that get the ore are a completely different profession that are actually the people that work with leather armor. Why do they need it? And the people that work with leather armor are not going to be able to harvest the things they need to make the leather armor. They're going to be able to harvest the things you need to make heavy armor. It doesn't make sense. They say that this is really good because it forces the community to be interdependent, to interact more, help each other, and make more deals regarding crafting. That's stupid. Why would you force us to be interdependent? Your player base is small. That's another con, by the way. Your game is old. Your player base is small. It's not the most social game in the world. You can go for a while playing the game and not see a player. Why would I want to be dependent on someone else having one skill that I need to do my skill and then find another person for the final step of my skill? Why would you think that's a good idea? Another con is the bare bones character creator, but of course that's just another one to be expected based off of when this game was made. This game suffers from a little bit of EVE Online syndrome in that it's absolutely filled with people that are fucking multi-clienting, running several accounts at once while they farm items, they farm quests, or they even do less harmful activities, such as running little music bots that play music at a weird checkpoint. A good amount of the accounts I saw while playing the game actually just ended up being a single person running around with all of his characters at once, and honestly, that's kind of annoying. There's a reason why most games ban this kind of thing, but this game doesn't seem to care if you do it or not, which is unfortunate. The map in this game is extremely poorly designed and difficult to read. Quest objectives can completely blend in with the backgrounds. To find what quest I'm going for, I commonly have to hover over the quest, disable and re-enable it repeatedly so that the icon flashes on the map so I can tell what the hell I'm dealing with. You cannot hover over a quest objective to get more information. You have to find it in the ledger and just sort it by the name. If you remember it by the description and not the name, you now have to exit out and go back into your quest ledger, your actual quest log, in order to find out what it's about, and then go back to the map and track it down again. The colors that are already hard to see on the background of the map certainly do not help when you include the fact that the colors tend to be transparent and that the entire map looks like you're just zoomed into some sort of really low-res thing that was designed in, well, the 90s, the early 90s, I would say. If anything needs a quality of life improvement more than anything in this game, it would be the map. It may look classy or like it has its own unique style to it, but oh my good god, it's infuriating to try to figure out where anything is or what anything is. This game does not have the most well put together questing system, unfortunately, even though its amount of quests are one of the pros that I stated. Even the quests that are well put together, it can be hard to find them through the poorly designed map system. And the fact that the mini-map barely tells you anything. All of the icons on it can be too small. A lot of them just don't display at all, or don't display within a certain distance. And then there's quests that just tell you nothing. They give you some vague directions about some locations on a map. You look at the map and those locations aren't there. There's no objective marker to help you get to the places. Sometimes it just vaguely tells you to do something without telling you exactly what you're doing. Sometimes it tells you exactly where to go map-wise. You get to the map and find out for whatever reason this one map has no quest markers on the map, only the mini-map. And since the mini-map is so limited, like holding an actual minesweeper, you have to basically just run around the entire area until you find the little teeny tiny quest icon, which can and often is buried under other icons. I hope you didn't think fall damage is an intrusive thing, because this game has something worse than fall damage. If you fall so much as 2 feet off up the ground, you will break your legs for at least a couple seconds. If you are going across a bridge and you are right before the top part of the bridge and you jump while on a horse, when you land either at or just past the top part of the bridge, your horse is going to somehow break its own legs for a few seconds when you were going uphill. For this game, I had a lot of pros and I had a lot of cons. The worst con of all was just how over-monetized this is. My final impressions, though, is that this is a fun game, especially if you like Lord of the Rings, if you like Middle-earth. If you do like these settings and you want content in these settings, this is probably your best bet, unless you can't afford the subscription and all that. I'm going to continue playing this game, who knows for how long, but I'm having fun despite all the immense restrictions that are put on me as a free-to-play player. I may get a subscription eventually, I don't know. I wouldn't recommend this game for everybody, really, because unless you're willing to deal out a subscription, well, $500 in your first year of playing in a free-to-play game, you're going to be treated worse than a second-class citizen. And unless you really love Middle-earth, I'm going to guarantee that you probably won't be willing to put up with it. But if you do love Middle-earth, you might just be masochistic enough to deal with this. I know I'm going to keep playing this game for the near future at the very least, so if you'd like to join me in-game, check out the community server in the description below. That's where we have people talk while I'm off stream, that come here from the videos. You can get together with people to play games, or you can join us in any game we play or that is played on stream or even off stream. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.